much.
See you guys.
It is 7:42, your local time brought to you by your local community college. Cleveland State always puts our community first, clevelandstatecc.edu. And we are joined now by the director of Bradley County Schools, Dr. Linda Cash, and our friend Angie Gill. Angie, remind me what you do at the central office.
I am supervisor for data assessment and accountability.
You just a lot of numbers.
But she does a lot more than that.
Yeah, I know she does. I believe you taught with my mother at one point.
I did.
God bless you, Lord, back at Waterville. Well, listen, Dr. Cash, I want to begin with you. You know, this morning, Dr. Cash, Bridget, what's that active number we're at right now?
We're at 1,089 in Bradley County.
So 1,089. It's got to be very concerning for you and your system.
It is, and fortunately, we have a very strong plan, and we just finished revising and looking, and we'll hopefully release the updates today. But the mitigation strategies and everything that we have in the schools really helps. We had started out with a lot of those practices already, so we just finished walking through all of our schools to be sure we were complying with our social distancing and hand sanitation. But it is concerning, but it is also vital that we stay in school and we educate our kids, and not just for the academic education, for that social emotional, but we will do everything we can to keep us safe. We want our parents to be knowledgeable, and looking at the case numbers, we don't have clusters, they're scattered. So every day we look, they report, we see where they are, where we're going, working closely with Brittany Hopkins at the health department. We think that's key, them keeping us up to date. But it is, of course, I'm blaming it on Lee University bringing all those students back on campus, and they don't know how to social distance or anything. But I seriously, it is something we all need to be watching and taking care of our families and children.
Tell me about Angie, her role in this.
Her role.
Or why? Tell me, Angie.
Well, Angie actually is one of the leaders on our task force. She and Scotty Hernandez are our task force leaders. So when we look at the plans and we look at all the mitigation, we, of course, Scotty's, military, so we really have an advantage when he starts talking strategies and missions. He taught us this is a mission. We're going to work our mission, fulfill our mission. Is that what he says?
We just have to make sure we understand his terms.
Yeah. We go, okay, wait a minute. What does that really mean?
All of a sudden, everybody drops and starts doing push-ups. I don't understand what's going on.
But seriously, we had actually gone into almost all of our mitigation strategies at the beginning of the year, and now we have increased those to actually even more social distancing to try to be sure that we're practicing things that will keep our kids safe.
Angie, let's talk about your task force and what you guys are discussing right now.
Basically just keeping
Just a little closer if I can, thanks.
Basically just keeping up with where our numbers are and then what we're doing, and making sure, Dr. Cash mentioned we've been doing walkthroughs, so inspect what you expect. So we're just going through, making sure if this isn't happening at one of our schools, what can we do to help support them and show them this is a way that you could make this work. So we're just trying to make sure that we're doing everything possible, constantly brainstorming what are some other things we haven't thought about yet, because every time we think we've got it all figured out, something throws us a curveball, and so we're like, okay, well, now what about this situation? And so we're just trying to be proactive and just come up with different things that we can do to help keep all of our kids safe and in school.
Right. The big thing is we have those stages, and they rely on the numbers, and the numbers we're seeing in the schools. Fortunately, we are not seeing as high in numbers in the schools as we are in the community, which is a good, a more positive thing. But it's everything from hand sanitizing to sanitizing the entire school, fogging the schools, just being sure we're trying to keep all the germs out. But with kids comes germs. And but I will honestly say I can't say enough about our teachers. Their little hands probably have no fingerprints left after last year and this year of keeping them clean. But we do believe we are practicing good safe. And today, as our plan comes out and the details of that plan unroll, we will be glad to come back. But we are finalizing that now. It replicates what we did last year with some extra steps in it.
We're joined by Dr. Linda Cash and Angie Gill with Bradley County Schools. And, we had Dr. Dyer in here yesterday. They talked about, because because I asked a question, we had a question come to us about quarantine and if there were any changes now that we're at this next stage. Dr. Dyer said that is up to the health department. You mentioned Brittany Hopkins. What about in the county? A lot of people are concerned about that. If a child or a teacher, especially a child, is virus positive for the virus, what happens?
Well, if they're positive, they go home. And if there are any more family members that are in the schools, the family members are quarantined as well. But we actually, the second semester of last year, the health department was quarantining and notifying us, and then we provide them with any information they need that we have available for contact tracing. It's actually working very well. Of course, they know before we know most of the time because the physicians inform the health department. Our parents will call us as well. But it is it's a better way because that way we have actual data that tells us the child was positive, but they also have to go home if there's a positive in the household. So even if mom and dad are positive, all family members and all schools, they have to stay home and be quarantined until they are released by the health department. Sarah Crispin, our HR director, works directly with them and calculating. They know the rules and regs very thoroughly, so when they contact us, we give them all the information, they make the contacts. Or if we know it's in the home, we go, hey, you know, we're so sorry, but we have to send your child home, even if they're not showing symptoms.
Angie, anything else you'd like to add here?
Well, just another shout out to our teachers. I mean, a lot of people don't realize the work they put in to keep kids safe. For example, our middle schools and high schools where kids change classes, those teachers clean those desks and doorknobs and everything between every class. So it's not just before the school day and at the end of the day, it's all day long they're doing the cleaning. So our teachers are going above and beyond, and we really appreciate their hard work.
Well, Angie, thank you. Dr. Cash, thank you very much. You said your full plan will be out later today. I guess can people go on the county school's website maybe? Is that right?
It'll be on the website, and we'll also push it out for those. But we also want to know, in the absence of everything that happened last year and this year, we talk a lot about test scores. Our test scores actually held, and we did exceptionally well considering we didn't have a tremendous amount of loss, which we actually had gains. So we're excited about that. Our scores, the Southeast tends to score well. We scored higher than most in the Southeast, which tells you the caliber of our teachers and how important it is to stay in school. There are many schools in Tennessee that did not have the privilege of staying in session, and so we believe that's our goal, the safety of our students first, and then having them present in school so they can be fully educated.
Well, I have one final question. Now, the central office is in the city limits. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Bridget, you told me not to do this. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care. It's been 15 years. I've never listened to you before. Why would I? So yesterday, the Cleveland City Council banned swine from the city of Cleveland. Okay? This is by order, final passage. I got it right here, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Kevin Brooks has sent me this.
Okay.
Of the city council. Dr. Cash, I would like for you to go ahead and nominate some swine, humans, that you would like thrown out of the city of Cleveland. Go right ahead. Just anybody comes. Anybody comes.
Let me see. That would have to wait because the
Angie, I know you've got somebody that just came to your mind.
You think?
Oh, that's fine. It's all right. Well, I tried.
Did they really vote that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, final passage yesterday. Okay. All right, ladies, thanks so much. And honestly, thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you. We do want to assure our parents and families that safety is our first measure.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's important to remember.
God bless you and all of our educators. It is, all right, right now we're at 10 minutes before the hour. And Bridget,